Good morning, everyone. My name is Kim, and I am Barbara's daughter. Welcome to my Flosstube channel. Thanks for stopping by to visit with me. I'm early this morning. It's almost 9 o'clock on Saturday, and I am filming early this morning because I have a lot of other things we're doing today, and I want to make sure that I get this up to share my stitching with you. So I'm going to start with some questions. I had Christine ask about the Plum Street Sampler Mystery Sal. It was from 2015, and I am stitching it right now as a stitch along with Lori from Mischievous Stitches. And I'll show you my progress on that when I get to whips and finishes, but Christine wanted to know where to find the patterns. So I will link them below. And also, if you just Google Plum Street Samplers Mystery Sal, it'll come up. And they have, it was like a blog post, and they have it every Sunday. It comes up on their blog, but that was back in 2015. So if you just go to their blog, it does take a little bit of time to kind of search through and find it. So I would either use the link that I'll put in the description box, or you can just Google search it, and that'll probably be quicker that way. So Julia wanted to know what I was going to do for the extra initials that are on Sally Spencer, which I will also show you in a little bit, because there are initials all around the, let me see if I have the pattern here to show you. Yeah. So in the pattern, on the edges of the alphabet and then the borders, there are initials there, and I feel like there are maybe like 13 of them. Yeah, I'm counting 13. So one thing I was thinking of doing is trying to get all the members of my local stitching, well, semi-local, my stitchy group, get all their initials on it. So I might need more than 13, but if I take myself out, I think we have like maybe 16 people. And so if I take myself out, that's 15. And I feel like I can probably squeeze 2 extra sets of initials in there. There's some spaces I can maybe make that work. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, but I haven't totally decided yet. I'm going to just stitch everything else first and do the initials last, so I can work on that when I get to it. Susan was asking about silk weaver fabric, and specifically just like what do I like about it. Mostly what I like about it is it's close to me, so I don't have to have it mail ordered, because they are fantastic, wonderful, super nice people. They are not fast with shipping. So you might order fabric from them today and not get it for months and months. You know, I mean, I think there are other places like that. Certainly if you order from one of like Picture This Plus or Color and Cotton, you're going to wait months to get that too. So, but I do like that I can walk into the store and whatever fabric is there on the table, I can just buy it. So that's good. And I like the feel of it. I stitch in hand, so I like the weight of it, and it's not too soft and it's not too stiff, so I like that. And the colors, I think they do some really nice colors. They also do Wexford linen, which I don't know that anybody else dyes that, and I really like stitching on that, so that's sort of what I like about them. Other questions. Oh, Cindy wanted to know about my cherry blossoms, which I did not work on this week, but I showed last time. She wanted to know what was in the middle of the actual cherry blossoms. So you can see it's like a darker kind of purpley color. And that is actually the called for color for the middle, which is Grape Arbor by by Gentle Arts. So I am not using the called for flower color. They suggest an anchor kind of off-white color, and I am using pink because I wanted my cherry blossoms to be pink. So the color for the cherry blossoms themselves is Gentle Arts Tea Rose. Oops, Tea Rose. And then I have in the center the Grape Arbor. And then you'll see there's like some back stitching there, some longer stitches. So you do that in the Grape Arbor, and then the other color you were supposed to use was Cinnamon Toast, but that didn't show up on the Tea Rose. So I just used the white, which I'm using Victorian Motto Shades of Linen for my white color, and I did that with the Grape Arbor as the lines in the flowers there. So, and close up of my nail polish, because the next question was from last week's nail polish color. What was it? I have no idea. I go get my nails done. I pick from a card. It has numbers. It doesn't have names. I'm really sorry. I don't know what color it was. That question was from Norma. I'm sorry. I went back this week, got a different color, looked to see if there were names. No names. All we have are numbers. So it's number 26. If your nail salon has the same number of cards as I do. But other questions. Oh, so a lot of people are asking me, because they must be coming over and starting to watch me at like video 23 or whatever. And so I always say in the beginning of the video, my name is Kim and I am Barbara's daughter. So people are like, who's Barbara? Does she have a Flosstube? Where can I find Barbara? You can't find Barbara. She's my mom. She's not on Flosstube. But we'd like her to be on my Flosstube, right? Yeah. I'm trying to convince her to come on and visit and share some of her stitching, but I think she's a little shy. So I was actually thinking this morning, how many subscribers would it take to get Barbara on the Flosstube? Maybe that should be like my 5,000 subscriber surprise or something, something like that. So we'll see. But Barbara is my mother. The reason this channel is called Barbara's Daughter is because anytime I'm introduced to anybody in our stitching community, or anytime I'm with mom and I'm introduced to someone, it's always like, this is Barbara's daughter, Kim. And my name being like an afterthought to the fact that I am Barbara's daughter. So my friend Dee, who is in our stitching group, said that that would be the most appropriate name for my Flosstube. And once she said it, of course, it was like stuck in my head and I couldn't think of anything that was even remotely as good as that. So that's how this channel became Barbara's Daughter. And I think I had one more question. Oh, Nancy wanted to know what I used to film this Flosstube, like what kind of webcam. I know a lot of people use their phones. I have my MacBook set up on a box, really high tech here. And I just use a website called screencast-o-matic.com, and I use it for work, for filming things for work. So I just started using it for this too. And it just lets me save the video to my computer, and then I use iMovie to edit it. So I don't have a whole lot of advice if you're buying a camera or anything like that. But I know some other Flosstubers have bought, I know Jen, Whistle Stop Stitcher, she just recently bought a new camera to film with. So she talked about it in one of her more recent videos. So you could check her out if you wanted, you know, some options for cameras for filming. So that's all my questions. And before I move on to my stitching and forget, I want to announce some giveaways. I talked about this a little bit last week when I was talking about my haul from Needleworkers. I was so excited to reach over 4,000 subscribers on this channel, which is kind of crazy. I think my family probably thinks you're all nuts for wanting to watch me talk about stitching, but I don't know. I mean, I started this in April because I had time, and we were all home because of the pandemic, and I was watching a lot of Flosstube. People were making like extra videos, like quarantine videos, and I was like, oh, I'm watching all these videos. Maybe I should contribute something, you know? And so I didn't expect it to be something that I now do like every week, 6 months later, and people actually care and want to watch it. So thank you so much for watching and for all your comments and really kind words. Every Flosstuber says it, but the stitching community is just the best out there. And 2020 has been a heck of a year, right? I mean, lots of awful things happening, but every week I can come on here and show you my stitching and really get so many positive comments from it that I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. And I have 4 giveaways for my 4,000 subscribers that I wanted to announce today. So as I show them to you, I will kind of give you like a word to post in the comments, and I'll put that word up here on the screen so that you can see it and remember it. And you don't have to use the words in like any kind of a crazy sentence or anything, just any of these that you're interested in, just stick the word somewhere in your comments. You can put all 4 words or just 1 or whatever, and I will use the random comment picker next week to pick a different winner for each of the 4 giveaways. So I have a little package for the first giveaway, which has one of my mom's project bags that she made. It's a tiny little Notions bag, pink, and the fun blue paisley inside. It's got a little glare because of the vinyl there. That's probably a good image of it. And inside here is like a little kit full of stuff to finish things with. So I have the Lady Dot Creates chenille, velveteen, that you can use for the back of a pillow or the top of a drum or pretty much anything you want to use. And the other Lady Dot that I got was the baby pom-pom trims. So this one is in snow. And if you win this, or also if you get this like by it yourself, definitely look online at her. She has directions, but when you put this pom-pom trim on, you can actually pull away the trim edging from the pom-poms and then whip stitch them onto your piece. So check that out, because it's easier than trying to like sandwich in between 2 layers and sew it on the sewing machine. Anyway, I have a 6-inch hoop that I got to fit in this hoop stand. So you would finish your piece in a hoop and stand it up in here. So those 2 will be in here. And also just a cute little pair of tiny but very sharp scissors that have a cap that goes on and keeps them closed, which is like that. So that will be all in the first package. And if you would like to be entered to win that, all you have to put in your comment is the word finish, because it's a finishing kit. So for this prize, put finish in your comments. Okay, the next one, also in a Made by Barbara project bag. I'm kind of running low on project bag giveaways, so these are not fall themed. They're all over the place, but they're stinking cute. Look at this with carrots. So next year when you have an Easter project, you could totally stick that in there, or a springtime project, right? Super cute. So that bag this is a little bigger. So this is her like square bag, and this is a rectangular bag. It's good for projects like these that I'm giving away, that are like half of a page, you know, folded, or a card like this. So this is Stars in the Sky by Hands On Design, and I'm also including Row by Hands On Design. So you get those 2 patterns. And with those patterns, I'm going to include this Cashel Linen 28 count in Potato, which is my new favorite color. It's kind of like an oatmeal-y type color. It has a little flecks of a darker color in it. So you can stitch both. There's enough fabric to stitch both of those on. And you're also getting a little tiny cute pair of scissors. So if you'd like to be entered to win the Hands On Design patterns and the fabric and scissors, you could just put the word beach in your comments, because that's the title of these patterns, To the Beach. So that's the word for that giveaway. Number 3 is a sewing project bag. So you can see on the back all of that cute fabric. And inside is this Rosewood Manor. It's a kit with the pattern and the floss, and the floss is House of Embroidery, which I've never used before, but I feel like this is like a South African company. It's hand-dyed, variegated floss. It's very soft. It's nice. So you get the pattern, and you get the floss in here, and then I also have a couple little things that I showed last week, like cute needle minders and pins and scissors that I got from Hobby Lobby last week that I thought would be cute, fun little treats to add to that. So if you're interested in this bag full of goodness, the word is winter. And the last one is in a bigger project bag. Totally inappropriate for the pattern I'm going to show you, but super fun, bright colors. And this pattern is a bright, fun snowman, but definitely not springtime. That's okay. You can, I have a project I'm going to show you that's in a Flash, as in the superhero Flash project bag. So you can use any project bag you want. It's fine. So Snowy 9 patch from Annie B's Folk Art. This one is part 4. Snowballs 5 cents. Super cute. And Needleworkers had the fabric cut for it. This is a 32 count, the dots linen to go with it in the correct size. And then I have all of the threads, DMC also going in there. And of course, a little tiny pair of scissors. So if you're interested in this giveaway, just put the word snowman in your comment. And so that is beach, snowman, winter, and finish are the words to put in your comment if you are interested in one of the giveaways. And I'm going to just say right off the bat that usually when you do a giveaway, there's like way more comments than usual. So I apologize ahead of time if I don't get a chance to answer every single comment next week. I will definitely read them all and heart them all, but I'm having a little bit of trouble keeping up with them. And when there's a giveaway and like hundreds of comments, it's a little, I have to do it every day in order to stay on top of it. So I'm going to try. But again, thank you so much for watching and leaving me nice comments here and on my Instagram channel too, which I'll link in the description box. If you are interested in following me on Instagram, I do post other things besides cross stitch on there because it was my personal Instagram before I was doing Flosstube. But if you want to see pictures of my kids and my cross stitch, you can follow me on Instagram. Okay, so how about some stitching, right? I have a pile here of what I worked on this week. So I probably should try and go in some kind of order. So the first thing is, as I said, have a stitch along with Lori, Mischievous Stitches. And we are doing the Plum Street Samplers free 12 Days of Christmas mystery stitch along from 2015. And I'm going to put up the hashtag that we're using. I'll put it in the description box, but also on the screen here. If you'd like to join us, please feel free. I am doing them as individual pieces. And this week I started and finished the first day. It's super cute. They're teeny tiny. I think it's like, I don't have a ruler here, but I think it's only like 3 inches across. So that's the first day. I'm hoping to do one every week. So this week, day number 2, we'll see if I can get that done. I am using 36 count Jackalope fabric from Victoria Clayton Hand Dyers. And I am using Gloriana Silk in the color Poinsettia, which is super pretty. And I have all this in my Flash bag. This is actually a bag that my mother made for my sons to store their stuff in, and I totally stole it. I've got a Captain America one too. So not exactly a Christmas project bag, but it's fun. Who cares, right? So that I started and finished. That was my only FO this week, and I had no FFOs. I also worked on Sally Spencer a little bit. I was trying to get this top row of the alphabet done and finish up the border on the side that I had started last week. So I did pretty good with that. Just clip it on here. I need a bigger board. I have bigger boards. I just have to go downstairs and get them. Okay, so yeah, you can see that's pretty much the height of it. And the width, it goes out like a little bit farther because there's a border on the side that I haven't started. I think I mentioned last week that two of the called for colors, Brethren Blue and Black Crow, looked very similar in the stitched piece. I'll hold them up here so you can see them. They look actually a little different when they're on their skeins like that. Well, maybe not on camera. But the Black Crow is down here, and then the Brethren Blue are all these leaves. So you can see there's not a huge difference, but in the pattern, I don't know how well you can see, there's a definite like medium blue. So there's a very light blue that's like tropical ocean. And then there's Black Crow, but there's a medium blue in there. And I didn't have that medium blue color. And in the alphabet, it's really prevalent, that medium blue. So I was going to use blue corn, but then I went and looked at blue corn and that my skein was kind of dark too. So what I ended up using was Dublin Bay, which is another one of my favorite blues from Classic Colorworks. And so you can see up in the numbers, that's what I used. And in the B in the alphabet, I used Dublin Bay. And I like the way that's looking. I'll probably go and rip out just these leaves here in the vine and do them in Dublin Bay, just so it's not weird on one side that it doesn't have that blue color. So I really like the way this is coming along. I'm enjoying stitching it. I don't know why I waited so long to start stitching this. I have a feeling next week you're going to be seeing a lot of the same projects because I just want to keep stitching on the same things I've been stitching on. So we'll see how it goes. Every week it's a surprise what I end up feeling like stitching on. I can make plans, but I just stitch on what I want to stitch on. Okay, so then I got out, I was watching Melanie Watkins' Soulful Stitching, and she pulled out Miss Bingley's Library, which is a pattern that I love. I love to read, and I want to have this hanging up by some bookshelves. It's by Plum Street Samplers, and I started this. Those of you who have watched my videos from the beginning might remember that I started this. But you also might be like, well, Kim, I haven't seen that in several months. Yes, because it was in timeout. So I did all of the stuff on top of the roof. Why there's a lady on top of the roof, I don't know. But I stitched her and I did the entire brown roof, those 3 windows. I did the first 2 or 3 lines of white, and then I put in these windows on the bottom. Really good progress in like April, May, right? And then I looked at it and I went, you know, this house is not symmetrical. It looks like it would be, but it's actually not. There are 6 stitches to the left of the left window, and there's like 8 stitches to the right of the right window. So there's definitely supposed to be more white on the one side. But mine was looking like it was too much white, and it was. I was like somehow added like 3 extra stitches. Now 3 extra stitches doesn't seem like that much, but when it's 3 extra stitches that you've added to the roof and that you're going to add to the entire side there, it's going to look totally lopsided. So I had actually a really good suggestion from someone was to just do like a vine going down the side of that white, the extra white on the right hand side. And I really considered doing that, but I haven't been stitching on it because I don't want to go through and stitch the whole rest of that huge house and have it be lopsided. So I saw Melanie stitching it and I was like, all right, I need to take this out. And first of all, I had to figure out like, where did I make this mistake? Like, do I need to rip out everything I have done? Because I'm not. I would just start over, right, if I was going to do that. Well, I couldn't find it. So then I'm showing it to my husband and he's looking for it and I'm looking for it. We finally find it. And I figured out that I had to rip out like the the chimney here and the top corner of the roof and the bird and the book, because that was off too. And the smoke that I had stitched in the chimney. And then that was it. So I'll insert a picture here of what it looked like before I ripped anything out. And I'll insert another picture of what it looks like when I actually ripped out what I needed to rip out. And now I'm at the point where I have stitched back just about everything I ripped out. I haven't done the smoke in the chimney yet because I started instead going down and filling in the house. So I'm much happier now. Some of you probably think I'm crazy for ripping all that out, but this is where I am on Miss Bingley's library. So now I just have to go and do the windows and the door on the bottom, fill in all the white, and the house will be done. And then I can do the words and frame her up. So I'm excited about this, that this is like moving forward again. And I really love the colors in this. This fabric is 36 count coloring cotton brown sugar. I've got to get some more coloring cotton fabric. I really like it. But I have a huge stash of fabric, so I really don't need any more fabric. So I'm not going to go buy it right now. I know if you order it now, you don't get it for several months anyway, but I don't need any fabric. It's just that I really like coloring cotton fabric. So anyway, this is brown sugar, and really, I love the color. I've used it for several projects, and I am excited to hopefully get that done in a couple weeks. So that's why I feel like I'm going to be stitching on that this week. I'm going to stitch more on my Christmas Sal and my Sally Spencer. I feel like you're going to see the same projects next week, guys. Is that boring? I hope not. Here's another one I want to stitch on this week too, because I think I might be able to finish this. I have big dreams, people. Big dreams. All these things I think I'm going to finish. And now I'm working every day, like actually physically at work, and I'm exhausted. So I come home and I stitch for like an hour. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. So, but big dreams. I am working on Patchwork Pumpkin by Blackbird Designs, and there is a mistake somewhere in here, but we're just going with it. It's in the border. It's actually, I know where it is. It's this, this stitch at the very top of the border is over 3 strands. So, the problem, I'm trying to remember what the problem is, why I can't just rip this out. I might be able to. I'm thinking though that everything else goes off of that, and so I thought I couldn't, I don't know. But this is where I am so far. We'll figure out the border. We'll just fudge it. I'll just do another stitch on the other side that's over 3 strands or something. Can you tell? Because I can't tell. So I'm working on the house. This is a fun house, but it's a little hard to see. The chart has, you know, this color is like a symbol that's a straight line across. And then in each of these little boxes, it's not all the same color that's filling in those bricks. It's a couple different colors. Let's see, maybe just 2. So one of them is a plus sign, and the plus sign and the, I guess, minus sign that this color is, are really hard to tell apart because they're the same darkness on the chart. So I am doing it carefully, and I'm almost done filling out the, I guess, mortar, so to speak, in the bricks. And then I can fill that in and do the roof. And once you do the house, there's just the border right next, it like touches the house almost. And it comes up here, and the roof is in this spot here, and then the border continues down there. So I feel like once I get the house done, the border actually did go very quickly when I did the first side. So I feel like that is something that can be finished semi-soon. Okay, last project that I pulled out and started at 9 o'clock last night, because that's what we do, right? So I was stitching away on Patchwork Pumpkin, and happened to check my phone and saw that Ruth Bader Ginsburg had passed away. Clearly, I did not know the woman, right? I mean, I'm just like some lady from New Jersey who, like, I don't know her, right? But I was really upset for a lot of reasons, which I don't really want to go into on my Flosstube video, right? But, you know, what do we stitchers do when we're upset about something? Well, I eat stuff, but so I went into my pantry and got some chocolate out, but also, we stitch our sorrows away. So I had, Mirabilia's Lady Justice kind of sitting kitted up, ready to go, and I kept saying, I'm not going to do this until I finish beating Lady of the Flag, which, by the way, I'm totally not even working on beating Lady of the Flag, and it's so close to being finished, and the frame my husband built is like right in the corner. I stink. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I need to finish that. And I wasn't going to start this until I finished it, and then I was like, hey, there are no rules in cross stitch, and our BG just died, and you're sad, and you want to stitch Lady Justice, so stitch Lady Justice. So I did. I started it. So I had pulled out a 36 count weeks parchment that I was going to use as the fabric. And I was going to do different colors than are called for because I didn't really love the green in her dress, but I love the aquas. So I'm going to do her dress in aqua. It's mostly these 4 colors here. But then there are, or 5 colors here actually, but then there are some like darker colors that are, you can kind of see in the corners of the dress and the sash and everything. So I use the called for colors, but I'm putting them in the dress instead of the sash. And then I was going to do a yellow sash, but I'm kind of second guessing the yellow sash now because it's a very bright yellow and I'm just not sure that's what I want to do. So I figure I'm going to start with, I started in the middle with the darkest color that's like in her dress right there. That little swoop of dark green is actually my darkest blue. And I'm just going to go from there up and I'll get to, you know, do a bunch of her dress before I get to the sash part. And then I can kind of decide what I'm kind of leaning towards, like maybe grays, like a dark gray black, but I don't know. It doesn't sound good when I say it, but I feel like it might look good. I don't know. I decided because I wasn't sure about my yellows that I also wasn't sure about my week's parchment. So I have Victorian Motto Shadows, which was the fabric of the month from maybe July. And you can see I literally stitched for less than an hour and just got that little swatch of the dark aqua in there. But I think it's going to look good on this fabric. I'm also doing a color conversion for the hair and the skin to African American skin tones and hair, and I'm using the threads that Gary from Sunshine Stitchers, they post them. He used them and they post them at the description box for their videos every week. So I took those as a starting point, but he did his on 32 counts, so he used 2 strands, and I'm only using 1 strand on 36 counts. So what he was doing is he would have like a light brown, a dark brown, and then for the third symbol, he would combine 1 strand of each to make like a third color kind of in the middle. And I can't do that. So I just would take like the light and dark brown that he picked and then find myself a middle color that would work. So like, for example, where's my board here? And I don't know if these are the exact colors, but you'll get the idea. Like he had 3371 and he had 433 and he did a strand of each. Well, I found, what color is this? 898 that kind of is in the middle of those 2 colors. So I'll just use those 3 and hope it gives a good look. I don't know. I've never done this before, so it's going to be a learning experience, and we're going to test it out. And if we don't like it, we just rip it out and try new colors, right? So I'm going to give that a try. And also, in the top of the pattern on her hair, there's some small little flowers. You can barely tell, actually. But there's flowers in there. And there's such pretty colors, like pinks, there's blues. So I was like, maybe I'm going to make my sash out of some of these colors. I don't know. So that's my dress. I don't know. It's going to be a mystery this is Lady Justice mystery stitching. So I am excited to have this started. So of course I want to work on this week. So pretty much just rewind this video and watch it again next Friday or Saturday, because that's what I'm going to have again, or all these projects. But that's okay. I kind of alternate between wanting to do the same things and finish them, and wanting to do different things every week, so I make progress on a lot of different things. But like I said, there's no rules in cross stitch. You can stitch whatever you want. There's no cross stitch police. So I am excited to have that started. And it's not as big as Lady the Flag, so I'm also hoping it's not going to take me as long. I'm not doing the beads. I'm going to do the metallic floss, and I'm going to probably substitute metallic floss for the beads. But I have to really look at it. I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that. So let's see. I don't have haul this week. Shocking, I know. Don't worry, there'll be haul next week. I bought some stuff a couple days ago. It just hasn't shipped. But I did have some Stitchy Kindness. My friend Kathy, I got this package, and like it said her name, but I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention or couldn't read the handwriting or whatever. I was like, oh, what's this package from? And I had a couple packages of things I had ordered. So I open it up, and it's got all that like shredded fall colored paper in it. And I'm like, this doesn't look like something I would have ordered. This looks more like a present. What's in here? And sure enough, it was. So she has been making floss tags on our Cricut and sent me 2 sets of beautiful fall floss tags with these little rings on them. Pretty butterfly one. And she always puts the extra hole in the corner so you can put your floss where you've taken off one of the threads from the skein, and you have extra and you want to put it on there. So thank you so much, Kathy. I actually am thinking I have some projects to start in October for the Great Pumpkin Sal that Cynthia Brew is doing as a fundraiser. And I'll actually link her video about that below. So you can learn more about that. But we are going to be stitching pumpkins. So I thought, well, these are great floss tags for those fall stitches that we're going to be doing. The only other thing I wanted to show you is like a previous finish, several previous finishes that I did that I actually don't like the way they're finished. So I've taken them down to refinish them. So these are all the monthly cottages from Country Cottage Needleworks. And actually they're not all of them, because I have not yet stitched May or June. And I stitched all of these 2 years ago. And then I ran out of steam, and so every May and June, I don't have a house to put out. So I had this board, like a sign from Hobby Lobby, and it was a chalkboard sign that said "Welcome Home" at the top of it, and then I just put sheet metal on it, and then I put magnets on the back of these and would stick them up every month. But then I would get to May and be like, what do we just leave April up for 3 months? What? So first of all, I need to finish stitching May and June. But the problem was that I started these on 28 count fabric. We're using 2 strands of thread, and I'm not doing that. So I have to stitch May and June on 36 count with 1 strand of floss, which is going to make it smaller. Doesn't matter because I don't put them out together. I just put them out one at a time. So the way I had finished these are mostly on a coffee tea dyed 28 count Monaco. And then I had, this is early on in the days of stitching and finishing. So that's why I don't like the way these are finished. I feel like the fabric border is too wide. So I would like it to be smaller. And so what I'm going to do is take these, it's on there with a glue gun. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I can pry this off. And then I think what I'm going to do is make Vana flat fold stand-ups with them, because they're square, it's easy to do. It's a lot of cutting mat board, but other than that, it's easy to do those. So that's a project I'm going to work on at a later date, when I have my craft area set up and I have space to spread out and do it. But I took these out of the drawer that they were in because I was trying to organize I have like a set of drawers downstairs that I put my cross stitch in that's like seasonal that I'm not using at that time. So I had taken these out because I said, well, let me take them out until I can refinish them. So I'll just show them to you. I have January done and they're all super cute. I really like them. I just have to stitch those other two differently. My mom actually stitched February. So this is on a white 28 count Monaco. And she stitched it and then decided she wasn't going to stitch the rest of them. So she gave this one to me. And so I didn't have to do February. And then March. That's some serious coffee tea dyeing on that fabric, right? Now April, so originally I had done everything but April, May, and June. So I did go ahead and do April. And I think I did this on 32 count, still with 2 strands of floss. And that's when I was like, I don't like stitching with 2 strands of floss. So it's smaller than the rest of them, but that's fine. It's not going to matter. But you can see it's kind of crooked on there. So yeah, I need to refinish these. So I don't have May or June. July and August are my favorites. Because who doesn't love red, white, and blue in the summer, right? So there's July, and August is the beach. Love that. And I did not use the call for colors. I just grabbed like whatever colors I wanted to use. I mean, mostly they were similar colors to the picture, but they weren't called for. There's September. I mean, this is a lot of work. I definitely want to put these out. I love October. Love those colors. November. And December. So really, I just need to do the last 2 and be done with it. Probably not happening anytime soon, but I just thought I would show you those since I had them out. And I think that that is all for this week. So don't forget to put a comment in the below in the comments if you'd like to be entered into any of the 4 giveaways. And the words were finish, winter, beach, and snowman for each of the 4 prizes. Please don't say the word giveaway or I have to delete your comment because then we get non-stitchers in here trying to just win a giveaway. So we don't want that to happen. Yeah, and so thank you so much for watching and I hope you all have a really great week. I will be back here again next week with more stitching. Bye-bye.